Candiace, you have me pissed off from my head onto my shoes because this damn song is stuck in my head every single day of my life.
I swear I'm over you, Brace.
Got me pissed off from my head down to my shoes. Boy, I swear I'm over you.
How are you receiving all the love? Because it's an R&B hit, regardless of Potomac or not.
Thank you for saying that. That means so much to me because that's literally what I wanted it to be. I wanted the song to feel like something that could transcend just this space. I'm like not processing all of the love. It's too much.
Must really think I'm playing.
And I'm excited to show you guys more. We're gonna be sprinkling the road with another single very soon. And then the album is coming out soon after that.
And we're gonna see some of this journey play out on season 6, including, I would imagine, the filming behind the scenes of the Drive Back video, which features your co-stars.
Yes, we had an audition process. Okay, everybody didn't just get in. Okay, yes, they had to audition. It was amazing. And having the girls be on set for that final scene that you see in Drive Back was so much fun. They were really great sports. They came dressed, honey. They followed the protocols. So it was great to have them there.
You said there was an audition process though. So did anybody almost not make the cut?
I hope they show this because yes, some of the Saints, I had to extend a little bit of grace to some of the Saints because yeah, it was so funny. It's so funny.
Someone who's not in the video is your husband though.
Chris was in the back doing what husbanders do, supporting me, making sure everything was in line and cussing and fussing. And I think you'll see some of that in next week's episode too.
Okay. Helping you live out the dream by picking up some of the maybe less dreamlike parts of this experience. Has Mama Dorothy come around to the idea of Chris and you taking your marriage and turning it into a business partnership?
Have I told you that Chris is like managing me? I call him my husbander.
Okay, good luck with that.
I think that she will probably always side-eye it because my mom wants to be the Kris Jenner in my life.
Okay, so there's a little jealousy at play. She wants that control that you're giving over to Chris. Okay.
Yes.
This very moment we sing with everything the party perks first should change.
And what did you make of Nicki Minaj throwing a little slight shade on the song on Instagram?
Okay, so the Nicki Minaj saga, because it's like ever growing and changing, right? Like it's just too much stress for me. I did not take what she said about my song as shade. I took because what happened was Watch What Happens Live posted under her post about hosting the reunion that she should do a
feature on Drive Back, a remix.
Yeah, a remix of Drive Back. And she was like, what's that? Like she didn't know what they were talking about. But then after they explained, oh, we're talking about Candiace's song, she said, oh, it's a nice song. But then she's like, oh, but we have things to talk about at the reunion. And now I was like, okay, girl, bye. Like, get on this track and then let's go home. I ain't talking to you about nothing that happened in season 5 tonight. But I love the idea of her coming in for a segment and, doing whatever. I would be so open to that. And then she can go with me to the studio and get on this track.
That's the goal.
Okay?
That's the goal. You might have to answer some of those tough questions to convince her to do that. But hey, maybe give her one. Yeah.
I'll give her one.
An even trade. Eye for an eye.
One question for 8 bars.
I love it. Well, season 6 is going at like 100 miles an hour. How are you feeling about this season? Is it what you wanted it to be coming off of the mess that was last year?
This season, I think, is what I thought my first season would be like. And what I thought, when I pictured myself in this experience, this is what I saw. And that's what, I wish the audience had gotten to see from the beginning. You were just seeing that one part of me. And I'm happy that the audience and that you guys are getting to see another part of me. This season has been fun for me so far.
This is the first time I'm hosting the girls, So we are going to have fun.
Thank you. For you.
Have a good time or get out.
Williamsburg seems to be where a lot of what we saw in the season trailer goes down.
Oh, yeah.
On a scale from 1 to wig shift, how intense is the trip to Williamsburg?
It's pretty intense. It's probably almost a full tilt wig shift moment.
Okay.
Only because it comes out of nowhere.
I'm putting your ass on notice. Don't with my family.
Shut the yourself. Okay?
Just like that. These mother cameras.
Wendy, what the
Tread lightly.
That moment was intense, and it kind of lingered, obviously, for the rest of the trip. But then we kind of got back together and worked it out. Wendy, maybe not so much, but we tried.
Yeah, I want to get to that, but let's rewind to where we left things off. Karen versus Gizelle part who knows what.
Yeah, this is old. Bring something new. You're bringing up the old I'm not bringing up anything old. You're bringing up something that happened 1, 2, 3, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Is there any hope that these two can get to a place where, I don't know if friendship's possible, but like where barbs aren't just like tossed back and forth?
It's every day is a challenge with those two. There are some more ebbs and flows, and there are some breakthrough moments with them that I was shocked by, but then it kind of goes left again. So the answer is I have no idea. I'm just gonna have my hard hat on at all times with those two.
And move through the mess yourself.
Yeah.
You have your own issues with the Grand Dame, with Mrs. Hoover.
I do.
Why would I assassinate you that way if I cared about you? Why would I
don't
do
believe
that?
that you do, because I don't think that you do. You don't care. You don't care.
Can we clear up some speculation, some rumors about this?
Yes.
People think you skipped Wendy's nude interlude, one, to avoid seeing Karen.
Yes.
True or false?
Categorically false, okay? I ain't scared of no bleep, okay? I run from no one. I don't fuss with anybody but the devil unless I have to, okay? I was having some issues with my lower hemisphere and I had to sit down. That's all. And I hate, because that was the first all cast event. I was devastated that I had to miss it, but I could not have gone. And then driving, Wendy lives in West Bumble, America. I was too nervous to have to ride in the car for 2 hours with my stomach being in the...
Right. Without access to proper plumbing, let's say.
Exactly.
That clears up the second thought people had, which is that you were holding out about even returning to the show and maybe some creative puzzle piecing was going on to make it appear that way. But you were ill that day. You would have been there if not for that.
100%.
Karen teased to me, you've teased that there's some progress on that front, but it's never going to be what it was.
Mm-hmm. It is what it is. It's not worth arguing over because I'm not in the business of trying to change entire human beings. I can only change myself. Karen is for Karen. I can't change that.
Well, people have picked up on she has what's turning out to be a pattern of taking the new girl under her wing, and then what happens, a year or two in. Do you predict that same fate for Mia?
The short answer is yeah, I do. It very much gives, let me attach myself to someone who is looking for guidance and, ride that out until they see who I am and then dip out. Peace out.
Okay. Moving on from Karen and Gizelle is the Gizelle and Wendy, which you teased a minute ago. Gizelle has maintained that she brought up these Eddie rumors as a friend, as someone who is concerned that this information might be out there about a woman in her social circle. Mm-hmm. Wendy's interpretation is, no, this is a malicious attack on my family. Do you think one side is right, one side is wrong? Is the truth somewhere in between? How do you process that situation?
I still haven't processed it, mostly because I've never believed the rumors. I think that one thing that Wendy did say, and I echoed, was that I just hated that we were giving, once again, a platform on our platform to these horrific people who literally eat off of our pain. That's where I was with it. I wish that there was just something else to talk about, but it was a sneak attack for Wendy, because I think Wendy thought she was safe with Gizelle.
Right.
And what we all must learn, dear Grasshopper, is that no one is safe with Gizelle, okay? And the sooner you learn that, the quicker that you can kind of let things roll off your back. She was just like shocked and hurt, and every emotion was just right on her face, because she thought that she was immune to Gizelle's tirades and her terrorism.
Right, and I think also watching the show back seems to be a little eye-opening too, and she pointed out on social media that, Gizelle, if this was really, you wanted to come and comfort your girlfriend in a time of need, why would you bring this up not once but twice?
Yeah.
So there's these are great questions for the reunion, things Gizelle will face there. How does their blow up then change the course of the season? Does it, can they be in the same room after that?
Well, yes and no. It was a little awkward, but no more so than when Thelma and Louise, Gizelle and Karen are going back and forth. Wendy is, very mature, very smart woman. So she knows how to, pick herself up and carry on. We are better able this season to move forward. There isn't a lot of lingering, whereas like last season, we were stuck on like one or two things for 19 episodes. We are able to pick up and move quicker this season, which I appreciate.
And what do you make about everyone being so up in arms about Wendy's sexier fashion choices this season?
The girl is showing off her new titties, honey.
Let Happy and Ness have their moment.
Let Happy and Ness breathe.
Happy Ness, how you doing?
I've seen more of your body parts in the past month than I have the entire time I've known you.
Yes.
The Wendy I met last year was not that loose.
They're just trying to get settled into their new cavities, okay? And New Booty Wendy is here to stay. I love it. I think it's amazing. So everybody gets work done. So I don't understand why it's a thing that Wendy is celebrating her new body.
People just like to point out the obvious sometimes.
Everything. What else to do?
In Williamsburg, we're also going to see you come face to face with Ashley after not inviting her to not one, but now two group events.
Yeah.
What is at the core of your beef with her, would you say? I've lost it a little bit in the years of the back and forth. I'm like, what is the issue? What is the actual issue here?
So, you know what is funny? I don't think anyone has ever publicly asked me that question. So I'm going to give you the answer. And I don't think anyone has ever gotten this answer from me publicly. So, and I've had to think about it too, because I kind of got lost in it as well. So for me, when I first joined this cast, when I first joined this group of girls, I came in as Ashley's friend. We knew of each other through the pageant world. And as a friend, I have a standard of protocols. Loyalty is one of them. If, for example, when Wendy came in, I welcomed her with open arms. I introduced her to the group. I stood by her. I called her every other day. I made sure she was good. I checked in with her. I was her friend. I didn't get that from Ashley. Ashley kind of brought me in. She dumped me on the side of the road, and then she was shading me in confessionals, 5 minutes after I joined the cast.
Candiace, she was in some off-brand pageant. She won Miss United States. Miss United States.
I didn't even see that until it aired, and I was like, wow, like, who is this girl? And from there, it kind of just became just a bunch of fussing matches. But the true catalyst for me was when she involved herself in legal matters, simply to be vindictive. And that's what she said. She said, now we're even, is what she said to me.
She's worried about herself. The liar who could not handle my mouth and decided it was in her best interest to put her hands on me and then lie about it. You, Ashley. Period.
That is completely fine, and I respect your opinion.
Great. Doing so good.
Yep.
Right.
You don't care? Watch me not care better than you.
Okay, the context of the season one, your first season experience, helps to color all of that because it was the aftermath of watching the show that set the ball in motion.
Yes.
Got it.
Loyalty. Get you some. She has none.
Andy, you know what? That's my issue with Candiace.
On Watch What Happens Live, she said her issue with you is that you're constantly changing where the line is.
No matter how much you try to talk to her about something and confront her about something, she's always gonna find some way to, like push it off, shove it off.
What's your reaction to her explaining what she feels her issue is with you?
I think it's poppycock because Ashley is the queen of deflection. The queen of deflection. She's full of you know what, and like I literally pay her no mind. None, because she's you can't take anything she says seriously. She's disloyal to everybody, and people like that are dangerous people. So I stay far, far away.
We will move on to the salad toss. Does the salad toss happen in Williamsburg too, or is that a future something to look forward to?
Everybody is like, oh my God, Candiace is being so nice to Mia, and then she throws salad in her face. Yes, that is true. But no, that the salad toss happens on our second trip, which I was not hosting. Yes.
Can you give me any hints as to why that happens?
Yes, I can. So, because it was a slow burn. So you see, so far, I'm Team Mia. Like, I like her. She's fun. She's very candid. And she's great for me as someone who's watching it all now. I enjoy watching her. And I know that the audience does too. You kind of see her one by one, just kind of picking off each of us. She takes a moment to haze everybody in the group except for Karen. And at this time, I have not had my turn. So when it's my turn, and you'll see that play out in future episodes, I was here for her until I wasn't. And I think true to form with those who can't handle it in this group, when my mouth gets going, sometimes you lose your words and you just got to pick up salad, I guess.
Undressed salad. You noted that in the interview. It was not wet.
Yeah, it was not wet.
Okay, so safe to say your opinion of Mia changed over the course of shooting this season.
It did. And then it changed again when I started watching.
Okay.
Which I will address at the reunion. But it's just lots of shifts with that Mia.
Always with this group, a lot of shifts. In the trailer, there's a moment, I think it's connected to the salad toss or same day or something, where it's like production is having to escort you, like protect you once again.
Yeah. I think that was the salad toss. That was that day. I don't think it was, I think it was Chris.
Oh, okay.
And it's a bunch of people just separating me and Mia from one another. We were never close. It was never like gonna become
right. It was like
crazy.
Preemptive. Okay,
yeah.
Let's just separate.
Okay, let's separate. And you see Wendy's long arms doing all of this.
Wendy finds herself in the middle every time.
Like, and she's screaming, like, girl, what are you doing? Yeah, I can laugh at it now, but in the moment I was like, this is, yeah, it was.
In the moment, I'm sure you were like, not again.
Yeah, this is some mess. Y'all need to just pick up a dictionary, learn to put your words together, girl.
There you go. There is a lot of season left to watch. Is there anything that you're super excited for the viewers to experience or for you to get to watch back?
Obviously, to watch out, to play out the rest of the music journey from the season, the end, speaking to my label and figuring things out with the label. I'm excited to see that play out and see my team, like my team that, has helped me to get to this point, to kind of document this with them has been really cool and really amazing.
And how cool to have a dream realized and captured for eternity with reality TV cameras. On the flip side, is there anything that you are dreading having to watch back or that the audience should be bracing for?
I got pretty intense and emotional about my baby journey. It's a lot of raw moments and it's very vulnerable. And I just, I'm at this point, I know everybody hates when I cry and I'm not looking forward to people being like, oh, she's crying again.
I was going to say, I'm sure part of the the trepidation is all the commentary and conversation that will come on social media, which I've noticed you've been not shy about putting out people's mean messages and said, how do you like this? Which I applaud you for.
I usually don't, because I get a lot of crazy messages, but sometimes it goes so far, and people need to understand how toxic social media can be and do better, you know? And I say this as someone who has had my moments where I've said mean things to people on social media. Like, that stuff is just, it's dangerous, and we have to do better.
At the end of the day, people, you guys are brave to share your lives for our entertainment.
Right.
And that's what it's about, is entertainment.
Even there, you know, for that 1 hour, for those 45 minutes or whatever it is, take it for entertainment. You know, if there's a lesson to be learned in it, you don't know me, girl. It's very much giving Stan. It's giving Eminem's Stan, and nobody has time.
Well, and there's always a be nice to people or a Bible verse in the bios, and I'm like, what is up? What?
Oh my God! They're always the ones. It's like, I'm a child of God, but F you ugly.
Yeah, but let me judge everybody.
Yes, it's that. You are so right, Bryce. That's hilarious. It's always the ones that are you know, the Jesus stompers, but they didn't really come from Jesus. Okay, no. I would know.